Welcome everybody, welcome to the weekly spell check. So this week we're going to look at this energy of this last week, really in March, and we've just entered the spring equinox, so that's when things start to grow and light comes out again and we all feel like going out and doing more fun things and generally being more fun. We've had some glorious weather, haven't we, which has made us all feel ready for spring and to just completely throw out the rest of the winter vibes. So today I'm going to do using my selenite wand, and I've lit one of my candles, I'm going to do a really short spell. Now I do write my own spells and I sell spell kits. So I'm going to ask you now to close your eyes and I'm going to say the spell to cleanse our space and to just cleanse us really going forward into this spring energy for next week. So if you want to close your eyes and take a really big deep breath in on the count of 5. And then a deep breath out on the same count. Okay. And then just pull your shoulders back and really sort of like feel your spine stretch out straight. And I hope you're sitting comfortably. So let's cleanse our space with this short spell. Cleansing chant. Cleanse this space, remove the past. I found my happiness at long last. Fill this space with joy and love and send your blessings from above. Selenite, cleanse and create this beautiful space for us all so we can go forward and be our most marvellous selves. So mote it be. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for that beautiful energy so that we can now go into our reading. So, what have you got lined up for this week? This is kind of energy at the moment that I'm tuning in on, which is this new space somewhere in our lives or in some area that feels like feels like opening the door and letting the fresh air in. Okay, so that's amazing. That's what we want moving forward. We want to blow those cobwebs out, right? And yeah, and give way to anything that was negative or was shielded, guarded. We're going to throw that out. Okay, this one just kind of didn't want to be part of the shuffle, so I'm going to include this one. Oh yeah, so brilliant. So here we go. So I just spoke about that, opening the door, new things, new perspectives, and we have the Hanged Man. But it's in the reverse, this Hanged Man. So, and normally you see this figure sits with this gleaming, beautiful, bright light around his head, he or she, depending on your gender. And it's almost like in reverse, it's like you feel quite enlightened right now. You're going through this time of things are feeling lighter. I spoke about that earlier, didn't I? Oh wow. Do you know what? I knew this was going to happen. It's never happened before, so maybe there's something in this card. I was finishing my bi-weekly astrology readings at the weekend. And I was using my Modern Witch and my Rider-Waite Tarot. These are 2 different tarots, you can tell by the different designs. And this one, for some reason, I just put back into the deck, in the wrong deck. And believe it or not, I have quite a lot of decks and I never ever do that. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to take it as our energy. And this is the card of Libra, the card of Justice. So we have 2 major arcana now in our weekly spell check. So it feels like this could be a significant week for you. A lot going on. This Justice. And I said about this spring energy opening doors. And with this Justice card, it feels like as one door closes, another one opens scenario going on here. So if this is not in your energy right at this moment, then this is where you're going in the next few weeks. Something is leaving in order to create new. But whatever this is we're shedding or leaving behind, you know, it's really good for us. It's a good thing. And next to this Hanged Man, there's also this sense of, actually, we've understood ourselves better than we realise in our current vibration. We actually knew we were right about something. We knew we were on track about something, and we shouldn't really have doubted ourselves. That's what Spirit want you to know out there. You shouldn't have doubted yourself. Whatever that is for you, maybe you've just come out of a relationship, or maybe you've known that a relationship is, there's no growth there anymore for you. And that's really sad. You know, when we come to the end of these things, sometimes that can be a sad thing, but we're just making these realizations that we don't make each other grow anymore. So there's a feeling of that, maybe for somebody specifically. Because these are collective readings that I do, guys. It's sometimes lots of different scenarios, and different people will resonate with different areas of the reading. So for somebody, that is definitely going to have been the case. For others, you're in this scenario where you're still weighing it up and you're thinking, this, you know, it doesn't feel right anymore. It doesn't feel the same. Things aren't maybe expanding in the way that is healthy or is right. With this Justice card, as I said, there's always this sense of right or wrong. And, you know, this is in the sign of Libra, as I already said, which is ruled by Venus, which is this, you know, this is the planet of love, the planet of this balance and equality. And it feels like maybe something hasn't been equal. You know, in the Hanged Man, he's kind of trying to balance as well. And it feels like, you know, we've been trying, but our gut instinct was telling us actually for quite a while, no, this is not working. This is not right for you. It's not bringing out the best in you, is what they're saying. And yeah, you know, when we're on this journey in Earth School, we are here to try and bring out the best in ourselves. And when I say the best, that doesn't mean like perfection. In fact, it kind of means the opposite to that. It just means being you. Does somebody make you feel like you can't be yourself when you're in their company? Does something feel like you're trying really hard and just it's not clicking? Is the chemistry not there? Have you been trying to give something a good go and it's not working? And I often make the comparison to this, that when the universe sends us a message or is trying to get us to listen to our gut instinct regarding people and events and, you know, jobs and stuff like that, it's like the more we sort of try to ignore it, the more it just decides to keep knocking, and then the knocking sort of gets louder and louder and louder until it's too much. Then we have to go and do something about it, or we have to go and deal with it. And they're saying the advice here is to get ahead of the curve. You know, don't make life, in all the situations that come into your life, rather than waiting till it gets to this point where things are so bad, then you have to make a decision. Start moving with the curve, ahead of the curve, and start thinking, like, listening to your gut more. You know, the signs were there, the signs are there. You just maybe haven't been listening to them. And this next card, so this is the Ten of Wands. So this is definitely fire energy. So maybe that you are needing to adopt more of this fire energy. And perhaps this person here, they've sort of really been struggling. They're still stirred and they're still on their feet, which is great. But they've been kind of struggling with something or someone, or this need to make these changes, to do something out of our comfort zone, go out there and grab life, I guess. This is what this is saying. This fella's got 9 of these wands behind him and he's only holding one. So there's all these other potential going on that he perhaps doesn't see at this moment because he's kind of got his back to it. And I feel like he's got his back to it in this quite stubborn way. No, I will do what I've always done because that is familiar to me. I will not look at this growth in the background. You know, these sprouting leaves of of life. I'm not paying them attention. I'm going to hold on to this one because this one I know. Well, you know what? As I say, the universe has its own way of dealing with that when we stay stubborn. But this fire energy is definitely, this could be a specific person. So this could be in the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius astrology. And it's number 9 in the numerology, and the number 9 is significant about coming to a close. Finally understanding, watching something play out, I believe. But it feels like you don't need to worry about whatever that's playing out. Don't feel like, wow, you know, these losses are coming into my life. No, absolutely not. Card of Leo right next to this. Sunshine, vibrancy, new life. I spoke about this spring equinox and allowing this light come through our door. Let it be something that you allow to enter in very easily. Let it be gentle, but let it be like this little child sat on Pegasus. Let me go with the flow. Let me look for my sunflowers and wave my flag and let the sunshine radiate over me. Okay, so it's like, it feels like whatever this is, something's coming in to radiate over you, and it will feel right. It will feel right for you. It's going to feel like it was kind of timing, maybe. Maybe timing was at play, and yeah. You know, I did a cleansing spell, did I not, at the beginning? So maybe some of you felt that just needed to clear stuff out, you know? Get rid of some of our toxic cobwebs. Maybe been hanging around for longer than maybe we should have allowed them to. Okay, let's take a couple more cards, and then I'm going to pull a few romance angel cards for you as well today, and I'm going to pull the spirit cards for change, because it just feels right. So then we have the moon. Yeah, I feel there's going to be some really significant changes in the next couple of weeks, because this moon is another major arcana, and we've got quite a lot. We've got all major arcana except for one, this 10 of Wands. And so that really means they want me to highlight that 10 of Wands. Stop struggling, stop fearing this comfort zone energy. Okay, so we have this card of the moon. This is card of Pisces. And again, this is talking about light, illumination, becoming aware, but becoming like aware within. You see these two towers, they're like very balanced. And then these little creatures are like our conscious and our subconscious, trying to come into alignment. So, you know, this is really talking about that gut instinct I was mentioning earlier. But it feels like next to this sun, you have the sun and the moon, right? All we need now is the star. And we've got the full set. In fact, I'm going to pull one more just because I want to see if you get the star. But it feels like something very good is wanting to emerge. You did not get your star card. Okay, so it's saying then you've nearly got the full package. But we have another card also wanting our attention. This is the 6 of Swords. Moving forward into calmer water, where things just are easy, things flow, things are coming to you. You know, you can say the affirmation, I easily receive. Things don't have to always be this difficult struggle. And sometimes when they are this difficult struggle, hence these cards, right? It's because we're not listening. We're not listening to ourselves. We're not going within. We're not hearing what that higher self constantly speaks to us within. We have our ego, and our ego maybe sits in, if I was to give you a really good example, the ego sits in this energy. Well, you know, it might not pay enough money, that new job, or it might not last. I've been in this job a while, or I've been in this relationship a while. It's what I know. Okay, I might not be happy, but I'm going to just stick with the status quo. That's your ego speaking, okay? Now, your higher self is this baby here. Go, do it. Run, jump, play, skip, you know, all these things. The sun is sort of speaking to a higher self wanting the best for us. And that 6 of Swords, I think it's talking about just moving on, but knowing that moving on can be like highly successful for you. And it's going to be, you know, these changes are going to happen. This isn't a potential option. This is what is going to happen. This is going to come into play, whether we fight it or not. Okay, let's pull you, to end our reading, a changes card then. one of my butterfly changes cards. These cards are just perfect for spring, actually, because they're so beautiful. Okay, so what can you please tell us? Archangel Michael, please can you give us a card for our collective spell check reading? So my listeners, yeah, okay. Thank you, Archangel Michael, that was very clear. Leaving. So this is the card about leaving something behind. But leaving something behind because it's like potentially going to be good for you. See, this person's on this boat and they're leaving all this stuff in the background and they're moving forward. And they've got support, they've got a guide. There's a child in the boat with this lady and she's just like cuddling him and holding him and saying it's going to be okay, we're going to move forward. And that's like Spirit saying to you, everything's going to be okay and you are going to move forward. And yeah, you're going to move forward in a glorious way. It's actually going to be very triumphant. It doesn't feel like that at the time, does it? Because I think the universe asks us to face our fears and take our leap of faith. Leap of faith, like your hangman that you had. It's the same sort of principle. And yeah, it really wants you to do that. So we've got quite a lot of cards here. But I'm going to give them to you anyway. Okay. For somebody, there has been a position of unrequited love. So there's somebody that you, maybe this is this needing to just accept that things are not quite what you would have liked them to be. This person doesn't reciprocate this joyous love in the way that you would like them to. Now, whilst that's sad, now it has its sadnesses, we've all been there. We've all been in this unrequited love stage, I'm sure. But what it's really saying to you is that, you know, this is a lesson. And yeah, that probably does feel quite uncomfortable, not very nice at this moment in time. But ultimately, you deserve to have this reciprocity. You deserve somebody to value you and love you and honour you and know who you are and this uniqueness. So you know what? This unrequited love can do one. That's what I'm saying. And that's what I want you to say. I want you to know that it's okay to move forward. And how interesting, because as I threw that card to one side, the next card is attraction. While you're wasting your energy on that unrequited, there's attraction elsewhere. And it might be that somebody's attracted to you currently and you're so caught up in this other thing that is just stagnant that you've not been seeing it. So somebody is attracted to you. And or potentially somebody is coming in that you will be attracted to. So it says you attract romantic love by enjoying the moment fully. So time to free up your energy so that you can let somebody else in, I guess. Getting to know each other. Again, this feels like new love or new prospects. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Is there somebody you've been getting close to? But perhaps, I don't know, maybe you didn't see it as, you didn't see it for what it was, maybe, I don't know. For some of you that'll resonate. Give your relationship a chance, okay? This is speaking to another group, maybe our relationship groups, where you've been in something long term and it is working and it is lovely, but it's going through some changes. Because all relationships go in changes, and it says on here, work on your partnership. So if you are going through like a difficult time, because these cards here maybe did talk about, you know, going through difficulties, you know, having our confrontations, maybe our fights even, or maybe our just not, you know, not connecting, being quite disconnected with somebody maybe. And it's time, this moon energy can sometimes be so powerful that people, perhaps you're going through this feeling of being disconnected to someone or something in your life, and the moon can just sort of heighten those emotions and heighten them to such a point till we maybe see them or we feel them or maybe we realize them. But this card is really asking you to give your relationship a go, invest in it, give it a chance. Might also be a little side note to somebody that you need to consider. like where your energy was. There's another one here. I'm going to actually put, yeah. There's that you're, you know, maybe you need to consider what you've been delivering, what you've been putting into it. Have your emotions been elsewhere? Have you been paying attention elsewhere? And you're now realizing with this Justice card that where your heart really lies and what you need to do in order to make that right. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with this beautiful leaving card. Don't fight what's over, is what I would say to you, group. And, you know, welcome in this beautiful new sunshine and have an amazing week. Take care.